The Free Britney movement picks up speed with bombshell claims levels in a new documentary. We're inside the case of her controversial conservatorship. Welcome to Central Ave. Some are now asking if the almost 40-year-old pop star has been framed.
It's a heartbreaking situation, and we're looking at every side. But first, we turn our attention to a woman who seemingly refuses to be broken. In a battle with the British tabloids, her in-laws, and her own blood relatives, the opposition rolls off the back of the resilient Duchess of Sussex. And with her eye on the prize and her mind on her business, she's become the embodiment of being unbothered. From briefcase babe to her Royal Highness, Meghan, the big money maker, is tonight's central story.
I don't know what the impact on your physical and mental health of all the pressure that you clearly feel under.
Not many people have asked if I'm okay, but it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
And with that emotional exchange in October 2019, we knew all was not okay in the royal family. And just a few months later, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would embark on a new American adventure.
I spent Meghan's last working day as a royal family member with her, and she said to me before she left, it didn't have to be this way. The establishment itself wasn't able to support her.
Harper's Bazaar royal editor and author of the bestseller Finding Freedom, Omid Scobie, is convinced Harry and Meghan got the last laugh.
Our commitment to the causes that we have really worked towards are unwavering.
When Harry and Meghan stepped away, they were called the losers of the royal family over here, but look who's making bank now, signing megabucks deals with Netflix, Spotify.
Say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
Archwell Audio.
I mean,
both she and he are being very smart, using the spotlight that is shone on them to shine on causes that they believe in.
In just 9 or 10 months, Harry and Meghan have really been able to carve out what's the beginning of a lifelong legacy for the Sussex family, and they're really up for the fight. And I think that this inner need to prove everyone wrong that this was the bad decision that they had made has got them to the point that they're at today.
First up
is a holiday special. Ding, 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 ding.
They are megawatt stars in their own way. When the holiday special podcast dropped, it's like trending on Twitter immediately, but the onus is on them. You have to bring something sustainable.
Before moving to California, the Sussex family was reportedly worth around $45 million. According to Newsweek, their wealth could now jump to, get this, $10 billion in the next 10 years due to investments and big media deals.
Meghan was always a star on the rise, but becoming the Duchess of Sussex really opened the doors for her. We only need to look at the lineup for the wedding, having Oprah Winfrey there, the Clooneys. These are friends that she had made because of the role that she had taken on. It had put her on a platform that gained her access to every table that you could think of.
But while Meghan is busy launching her media empire and redefining the role of a duchess, she also continues to watch as members of her own family profit off her royal name.
Unfortunately, we have seen family members succumb to that golden offer to make money from selling photos or information.
Scobie spoke to Meghan's uncle, Joseph Johnson, who sold childhood images of Meghan to thedailymail.com.
Everything will always get back to Meghan in the end, and that's why her circle of friends has become so small, but it has become a circle of trust.
Outside that circle, her half-sister Samantha Markle, who's labeled Meghan a wealthy narcissist, has a self-published memoir titled The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister, Part 1.
Well, I'm the last person that will be allowed to see this book before it goes out on the shelves, but what I do know about it is that Meghan and Harry are not worried. What we keep forgetting is that Meghan and Samantha do not have a relationship. They've only spent 2 moments together as adults, and I think that that tells us everything we need to know about Samantha's forthcoming book.
Ooh, Sister Sam seems to have a lot to say, although an insider told us the half-siblings who have a 17-year age gap have spent very little time together. Whew, talk about family drama.
I'm saying. And moving on to a family drama of epic proportions, the Britney Spears conservatorship that's kept her father controlling her affairs for over 12 years. With almost no access to her own fortune, America's one-time princess of pop remains under strict supervision. But exactly what liberties has she lost, and will she ever regain them? Our Melissa McCarty breaks down the legal complexities of the Free Britney crusade.
There's a lot that people don't know about me. They hear me, but they really not listening. And I'm sad. I'm missing American dreams since I was 17.
For more than 12 years, after selling over 100 million albums worldwide and record-breaking concert success, Britney hasn't had any control over her multi-million-dollar empire.
And the winner is
Britney Spears!
It's all in a conservatorship controlled by her father, Jamie Spears.
It's everything from the right to travel, the right to vote, the right to make medical decisions, the right to handle their financial affairs.
I saw her this summer. We've had dinners.
Few people have been inside Spears' private world and spoken publicly, but friend Paris Hilton has, and she seems troubled by what she saw during those Malibu dinners.
If you're an adult, you should be able to live your life and not be controlled. And after just working her whole life and working so hard, she has no control of her life whatsoever, and I just don't think that's fair.
Free Britney! This is why the Britney Brigade is fired up.
The goal of the Free Britney movement is to end the conservatorship, and we believe it is abusive and fraudulent.
The Free Britney campaign is a massive nationwide group of dedicated fans concerned about the entertainer's safety and livelihood.
And conservatorship abuse.
Activists like Kevin Wu have rarely seen the embattled superstar speak in public, but instead occasionally post odd dance videos.
Is what it takes. There have been a lot of comments and a lot of people saying a lot of different things about me. I am fine. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
She will not perform until her father's removed.
She's on strike. That's why a lot of us in the movement support boycotting merchandise and music until she is out of the conservatorship.
They work because they get a percentage of what she earns.
While Britney continues to pay her ex-husband Kevin Federline and part-time DJ more than $20,000 a month for child support, her dad earns $128,000 a year as her conservator.
Maybe her dad can find a job.
A Forbes investigation found surprisingly the 39-year-old's empire only totals around $60 million. It was reported Spears was at one point worth over $250 million.
Why not just a team of money managers and no conservatorship?
Because you had an incident in 2008.
In 2008, after a year of heartbreaking headlines, Britney was rushed to the hospital and put on a psychiatric hold, which ultimately led to today's ongoing court drama.
We don't really know why it's gone on for 12 more years. It seems to have been a successful path.
Conservatorship is never good. Unfortunately, Britney has been isolated by this system. She has no real clue on how much they are paying themselves, and she has not taken the time to demand that she's in that courtroom.
So Rick, why do you think Britney's still in a conservatorship?
Her wealth is a heck of an incentive.
It's Britney, bitch.
But the question remains, just how unhappy is Britney with her father's ongoing control? The Associated Press reports Britney's lawyer recently claimed in open court she's afraid of her father.
Even when you go to jail, there's always the time that you know that you're gonna get out.
The only time she's spoken about it on the record was in her documentary, Britney for the Record.
I don't feel like it's out of control. I think it's too in control.
One of the conditions that is made if you are a journalist and you want to speak to her is you don't ask her about this conservatorship.
And don't ask the Free Britney movement to back down anytime soon. They're here to assure their Pop Idols 2021 is toxic-free.
Do you plan to protest at every hearing?
We are going to keep going.
Thanks, Melissa. Great work as always. I know you'll continue to follow this story.
Wow, the Britney Brigade has her back. And we'll be right back with a guy who has yours. Van is back in the house with a very vulnerable message in these socially distant times.
The moment you train for. It's the moment of truth. Take off this wristband waist slimmer.
Ooh, look at that.
Welcome back. That was Halle Berry revealing the results of her pandemic ab push and just wow. And while she continues to break the internet with her COVID carb cutting and fitness Fridays, others are quarantining with a lot less exercise and a lot more snacks. And our Van of the House is back with some friendly advice about how to measure your own pandemic process.
Thank you, Sonia and Jaleesa. Now, I know what's happening right now to everybody that's watching this. I don't even have to know you to know what it is that you're doing right now. Right now, you're being hard on yourself. That's the #1 pastime of people going through this pandemic. That's why I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips to help you take care of yourselves. A little self-care for the year 2021. Here's self-care tip #1. Read the article. When I say the article, I mean whatever article it is. Headlines are used to trigger you. I know because I have experience with this. Feeling what it feels like to be on the other side of a story. You have situations like Dr. Fauci. You see a headline that says, Dr. Fauci said we're not coming back outside till 2023. Go read what he actually says, because a lot of times when headlines like that come out, he says if.
If we do that. And I underline the if.
The if is you. We can all control some of this stuff. And I don't just mean the headlines to articles. I mean all kinds of other headlines. For example, I got a text, and the text said, hey, Chloe just did the busted challenge. I went off. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who cares if she does the busted challenge, man? They do stuff like that on Instagram all the time. That's all her and her sisters do. Turned out, I had messed up the Chloes. My little brother goes, whoa, 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 what are you talking about? I'm talking about the other Chloe. Chloe from Chloe and Halle. You guys have all seen it. And that was some good self-care for me. Get the whole gist of things, and then you can decide whether or not you're gonna panic. #2, forget about the scale. Just forget about it. Just look at me. Every time you guys see me do this, I'm wearing a hoodie, right? Does that mean that I don't look at Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey out there on vacation and go, damn, his pec's still popping? But that's me being hard on myself. That's not fair. Remember, if we're all fat, then nobody's fat at all. Of course, you see Jennifer Lopez out there at the beach wearing stuff that she wore when she was 26. So what? That's their job. That's celebrity's job. Don't compare yourself to them. We need to be focused on feeling good right now in the skin that we're in. And the last one might be the most important one. I want you guys all to memorize a phrase. The phrase is, I ain't got it.
Come on, I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
Watched a video some time ago of a guy named Roddy Rebel getting out of jail. Young Thug down there in Atlanta gave him a big diamond chain. I'm thinking to myself, yo, I want to bless my people like that. I know you see when Little Baby gets gifted $300,000 in a duffel bag full of honey buns by James Harden. That makes you feel like you have to take care of everybody in your life. Not everybody has it like that. All of the 3 things I just talked about. This is about your body.
Just doing my workout.
Your self-image.
You look great.
And your bank account.
Show me the money.
These are all things we thought we had control over, but we just don't now. We don't. But the one thing we do have control over is how we treat ourselves. Peace, love, blessings, stay encouraged, stay ready for the shake back.
Thanks, Van. Really great advice. We're in this pandemic for a long run, so we better be kinder to ourselves and to each other. And we'll be right back with a man who's all about a legacy of one love, how Ziggy Marley is spreading his father's message. That's coming up next.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Listen, get up, stand up.
Welcome back. Of course, that was the legendary sound of King Bob Marley, who would have been 76 this weekend. If ever we needed his message of unity, it's now. Tragically, the world lost him at only 36 years old, but cancer couldn't kill the profound impact he continues to have. As a girl from Kingston, Jamaica, I was honored to sit down with his devoted and accomplished son, Ziggy, who's keeping the Marley name alive. So when are we gonna have the Bob movie, and who is gonna play Bob?
We in the works, we in the talk for
to do a good movie, but we're trying our best to make sure we do it right, you know? Otherwise, it don't make any sense to do it.
But if that biopic of the reggae legend ever hits the big screen, a worldwide audience will be hooked.
There was that sense that he's about to be massive.
Almost 4 decades after Bob Marley's passing, the icon's impact on music and pop culture remains stronger than ever. Bob's must-get merchandise and hit records have tallied up Marley's net worth to a reported $130 million. Listen, your family is resonating with Gen Zers. People who weren't even born when your father was alive love the music. You need to be on TikTok.
That's what people tell me, yo, you gotta get on TikTok. So, yeah.
How are you guys celebrating the legacy?
We did a series on YouTube called Legacy. Football was a life. Just like the music was his life. Not only playing the sport, but preparing for the sport.
So I am also from Kingston, Jamaica. And my dad had the unique honor and privilege of playing soccer, like kick around soccer with your dad, like in the 70s.
Nice, nice.
Bob asked the question, is this love? But for his family, the answer was obvious. Can you just give me one of your fondest memories with your dad?
Fondest memories? Well, all of them is good. Even the spanking was good too.
You were 12 when your father passed away, and you think about like Michael Jackson's kids and Princess Diana's kids, and these people mean so much to the world, but they mean the world to you. So what was that like for you?
It was, a shocking experience, right? Sad, obviously sad. The obvious emotions, right? And I remember like saying to God, oh God, if you could, save my father or something like that, would do this or would do that.
So Ziggy made sure his life was full of no regrets. Now 8 Grammy wins and 15 albums later, the husband and father of 7 has created his own legacy. On this album, you collaborate with so many people. Your brother Steven's on there, Busta Rhymes. Like your dad, you're so inclusive. There's Sheryl Crow on the album. The Humanitarian releasing a new song titled Play with Sky from the children's album More Family Time, out now.
I run outside and I play with the sky running.
So what were those recording sessions like with your family? And are you starting to see that your kids may continue the tradition of the Marley music legacy?
The legacy is not really music. Being good human beings. That is the real legacy. Everything comes from that.
A one-on-one conversation with the Crown Prince of Jamaica. I love my job. And Ziggy's latest project, More Family Time, is out now. All right, the central moment is coming up next.
I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. And all this death, just so I could kill you.
Welcome back. That was the billion-dollar-plus generating Black Panther seizing tonight's central moment by making some huge news. The blockbuster's director Ryan Coogler has signed on to direct a Wakanda TV series for Disney+, cementing Wakanda Forever is a real thing.
And get this, Ryan's 5-year overall deal will also have him developing multiple projects for ABC, Freeform, and Hulu, so he'll be spreading that Coogler magic over all the Disney platforms. I cannot wait. Good night, everybody.
See you on the next show.